What's up, guys? It's Vic here again on your favorite show, um, Relationship Doors. And on today's video, we'll be discussing a story that is apparently trending on YouTube that is being hosted by Big Man Stevo on his channel, Comrade Flavor. And basically, it started as a loyalty test. As you guys know, that loyalty test is what is now the new product in the market. And so the story developed after the loyalty test, and a lot of incidences happened. And as we are speaking right now, I think the host, Big Man Stevo, is missing, has been missing for over a couple of days. And so we decided that we can analyze based on the interviews that were held in that show to analyze the whole story and try to come up with suggestions or advice or recommendations so that we can as well assist the characters that have been mentioned in this story to see how they can move on or address the issues at hand, because at the end of the day, life has to continue. But before we move on, first of all, I want to request you to remember to subscribe to this channel, comment below, and tap the notification bell, and also ensure that you like the video if you think we're giving you legit product. And also, before we continue, I want to introduce my your relationship experts. Give them 1 minute each to introduce themselves, then we'll continue. Karibu sana, Dr. Tim.
Thanks very much, Rick, for the show. Okay, the story that you want to discuss, I see it has been trending. It is a talk of nearly every household here in Kenya, and it is worth shedding more light on what happens because there are a lot of mystery and suspense. The characters keep on, I mean, growing like mushroom. They keep on in yeah. So let us find out where the story is headed to.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. T. We are glad to have you here. Professor Kaspar, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, our host, Vic. I'm Professor Kaspar, and I took time to go through the trending story. I believe that by the time we are done with the show, maybe we could have more insight. I just call it a relationship web. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Kaspar.
And in good, it represents most relationships in Kenya.
Oh, yeah.
It's a web.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so guys, like Professor Kaspar is trying to say, this is a love triangle. And first of all, we are going to give you a very brief overview of the whole story, how it started. And then we'll also try to see the characters, and then we can try to come up with questions based on the interviews held, which at the particular moment, they are still vague and need to be answered. So first of all, the whole story started as a loyalty test that was hosted by Big Man Stevo, is somewhere in Kasarani, whereby Manucho and Pesh, who are a couple, were walking, and then Big Man Stevo invited them for a loyalty test, which they accepted. And out of the loyalty test, there were some underlying issues which were unfolded, being that after having gone through Manucho's phone, he was found that he was not cheating, he was clean. But then when Pesh's phone was checked, it was found out that she was chatting with a guy who she had saved as a wedding gown. And after more scrutiny, it was realized that the wedding gown guy was a character called MARTO, who apparently is a friend to Manucho and Pesh and other characters mentioned in this story. So after unfolding this issue, subsequent interviews followed, whereby different characters came into play and came to be known, including Erico, including Mato, including Tinder Girl, Pam, the two Kwambokas, one real and the other fake, and other characters. And out of these interviews, we a lot of issues came to be exposed. Now, we are looking at characters which are around 12, but we have included Big Man Stevo on the list of characters, being that at the end of the story, he ended up missing. We are not saying that he's missing because of this story, but we are just trying to speculate. We don't have any conclusive evidence towards in that regard. So we are talking about 12 characters. I've mentioned Pesh, who's the girlfriend to Manucho, the real couple. We have number 3, because I've already mentioned Manucho. We now have Rico, who's the gym guy and friend to Manucho and Pesh.
Erico Diambo, also called Mzito.
Yeah, Mzito. Yeah. And then we also have Marto, who's Martin Otieno, otherwise known as Moses from Tinder.
Yeah.
Though it's not a real name according to Tinder girl. It's just a name he was using in that app. And we now have Marto is a friend to Erico and Manucho. Manucho admitted in one of the interviews that he regards Marto as a brother, not only a friend. Then we have Tinder girl, who was later interviewed after having watched previous interviews whereby he felt like there was some information which was not being given out, exposed, and she felt like she needed that information to be known. And then we have another girl coming out as Kwamboka, who was interviewed in Kisii, eventually after Steve traveling to Kisii, who was apparently or allegedly known to be the girlfriend to Erico. And she was interviewed, and also she had her story. So it is felt like it wasn't real, but we'll come to that point. And then after Big Man Stevo comes back to Nairobi, now she interviews another lady who comes out as the real Kwamboka. Of course, she gave out her ID to just give it as an evidence. We now also have another character who is not really mentioned that much, by the name Bryo, the cocktail girl, who also invited a girl called Pam or Penina Wanjiro.
Penina
Wanjiro, in between those two names. And apparently they also have their own story. And then we have a girl who's just mentioned, but she never appeared in any interview, by the name G. But the little we know about G is that she is a friend of Tinder girl. And then we have another gentleman, I don't know, is this a name of a guy, Babji? Yeah, this should be a male character who also doesn't appear anywhere in all these interviews. And then, so that gives you a total of around 11 characters. And we are told that roughly the participants of this party were around 12 to 13, around there.
Yeah.
So we have 2 characters who are missing in all this story. And I don't know the kind of story they have towards this Hullabaloo. But then now we have also included, as I've told you, Big Man Stevo, who's the host. And wherever he is, we wishing him all the best, and we hope that he's doing well. And eventually, I'm sure maybe if time allows, he's going to come out and reveal to our fans, to his fans, whom I think we are also his fans, in his channel, that all has been well, and he'll just tell us where he has been all this time.
Also, don't forget there are 2 characters who are not mentioned by all the participants who have taken the part in these interviews by Big Man Stevo. All seem to agree that participants who are between 11 and 13. So if it is 13, we are missing 2 characters. If it is 12, we are missing one
character.
If it is 11, we have all the characters.
They are all right, because they say that it ranges between 11
to 13.
So
all right.
On the minimum side, they are 11.
Which we have
hit.
Yes, our target. Now,
But we might have extras like the elders.
yes,
Yeah.
no, those elders. Yeah.
Mm.
So now we have. I'll also take you briefly on what happened during the party, as far as the information we've collected is concerned, based on the interviews that were held. One, we tend to believe that the party was held between late February and early March, and this happened on a Sunday, one of the Sundays in Kasarani, and
Most likely a place called Seasons.
most likely around
Around
Seasons.
Seasons, yes.
Yeah, and we also are saying that we are not sure what they were celebrating. We don't know whether it was a birthday or maybe they were celebrating an anniversary for Manucho. We don't know what they were celebrating. What we were sure is that alcoholic drinks were in plenty, and that is why most people blacked out, because they knocked themselves out. Yeah, of course, what do you expect in a party?
With the Bryo around, you cannot.
With Bryo around the cocktail girl, definitely you have to black out. And then, forgive me, I also have a book like the one Big Man Stevo had to make things professional. Again, it was not clear the party was at Manucho's place, or whether it was at Manucho's place or at Erico's place. So we have two of the interviewees saying that the party was at Manucho. We also have other interviewees saying the party was at Erico's place. So there's some hidden truth that we don't know about the exact venue. Other interviewees are saying that the party, the house was 1 bedroom. Others are saying the house was a 3-bedroom house. So that is still vague. And then what we also know is that the party was held at night, starting from around 11 p.m. And therefore, it was also noted that Pesh was already drunk before the party began. So,
or at least tipsy.
Or at least tipsy.
Yeah.
That's a state whereby if you take one more glass, you will break down.
Okay.
So, yeah, when you say somebody is tipsy, is almost getting drunk. So if you take something like one glass, then she will automatically get drunk. She will tip towards
the ground.
Yeah, towards the ground. So tipsy.
Yeah. So it was believed that she was already tipsy. She was already somehow drunk by the time people are now arriving at the venue. So I don't know whether she was thirsty. I'm just saying this on a lighter note. But that is why there was this allegation that she was drugged, or something was done to her, so that now she was behaving in that queer, awkward manner, whereas others are just arriving at very sober. So that is a brief on the party. Unless there's something else I've left out, but we'll still come back to the issues of what happened in the party and try to answer all the questions. Now, I'll take us back to the history of how these characters knew each other, and I want to also give my panelists to assist me in this. I'll give Professor Casper to tell us the connection between Erico, the gym guy, how they knew, he came to know Pesh, MARTO, and Manucho, and all that story.
Okay. According to my analysis, the common denominator is Erico, the gym guy, and the venue at which people knew each other is the gym guy at the gym. Erico narrates that he knew Pesh back in 2014 through a brother who was doing some photography, I think, in town. And by then, Pesh was a young girl, and according to our laws in Kenya, if you are below 18, you are not allowed in the gym. So he proposed that she gets an ID, and then they will know each other according to his word. So he knew Pesh, he knew Martin, whom he knows very well as a guy who was born in 1997, back in 2010. he knows Manucho,
The Ghanaian.
and the Ghanaian. So they have stayed even with Martin in the same house.
Yeah, true.
They have lived in the same house. And Erico is the guy who is dating a Kisii girl by the name Kwamboka, and that's another unknown Kisii girl who seemed to have a good putty and something like that, according to how he was describing it to MARTO. So those are around 5 characters under Eric. So the other characters that come in, which Erico might not be conversant very well, is this Pam girl, the G girl, and Erico seems to know Brian because he describes Brian as a guy who sells cocktail, and he is even planning to allot some contract for Brian to do some cocktail in the wedding. So Erico again appears to know Brian. So the common denominator here is Erico, and now this Babjik guy is not well known, who brought him there and the role he was coming to play, but you see almost all the characters participating in that party, they are well known to Erico. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And Dr. Oti, we have Manucho and the connection with of course Erico again and MARTO, and now the Tinder girl and G and Pam.
Okay. Erico seems to be the common denominator, as Prof has put it already. Like the setting of this thing, if we leave out the house that we do not know much about, we can just go to the gym because it seems like everything began at the gym. So when we look at Manucho, previously I've heard the name. There was a Manchester United player with Angola descent called Manucho. So here we have a Manucho from Ghana. Maybe has gone back to their country to prepare for African Cup of Nations, something like that. Because okay, so Manucho
starting today, right?
It is starting on Sunday of so 9th, today. So Manucho, we realize that Manucho is interlinked also, knows like almost every characters, like the characters that are not known to Erico very well, like Tinder girl, like G's, all are known to Manucho. Manucho also knows Pam. So Manucho, I think, is now the commonest, like known everyone. And this party also seemed to be his. And there's no need of asking like which bash was this one, because from the talk, from the interview, we realized that the Tinder girl was saying that herself and G's plus Manucho were party animals. So maybe they were organizing it once in a while, having the party without even maybe a title.
Could be they have merry-go-round of parties.
Merry-go-round.
Funny enough, the Manucho guy
yes,
also says he's not a social media guy. He doesn't like social media. He doesn't like the girlfriend to party. That's Pesh. Because he's not a party person. So he tried to influence the girlfriend from stopping acting because he doesn't like those things. So don't you see some form of irony there?
Now we'll get back to that. we have a lot of questions.
Okay, still on the character, there's something that I did not finish. So we have got a character called, I think she did well, the lady called Pam, by making her name known as Pam. Whether she faked it, because saying that the name emerged from high school when people named her after Pamela hit song, that ringtone song. So if she came as Penina, it was going to confuse us with Pes.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so introduction of the name Pam
Mm.
made
A little bit
we
clear.
can distinguish
Yes,
the two of them.
Pesh and Pam.
Yeah,
Mm.
but again, she's another lady that you can like because herself and Enrico are the people who have exposed nearly every part of their body.
Right.
Mm.
You'll find that Tinder girl insisted on putting on the
Glasses.
the glasses, the goggles,
Mm.
and then you find the MARTO guy
Mm.
having the cape throughout, even adjusted to cover even the forehead. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So that is a brief history of these characters. So definitely, it trickles down from Eric, the gym guy, and these other guys coming into play, Manucho and Mato being three good friends. Wazito, we also Wazitos, only that bado hatujaunga sana. But they knew each other around 2010, and then Pesh came into the story around 2014. But apparently, Manucho and Pesh, they knew it. I mean, I think they started this thing in around 2017.
Yeah. 2017.
Yeah. So we have also addressed the issue of Tinder girl, who says that she knows Manucho, and then she also knows Martin, otherwise known as Moses, from an app, and then Pam being a girlfriend of Bryo, who was invited in the party, and I think they knew each other, her and Martin, during the party.
Yeah, at that party.
No, they already knew each other.
They already knew each other.
The only person whom Pam knew vaguely was Enrico.
Enrico.
Yeah.
And then now we have these two ladies, the fake Wamboka, who's now is married at Kisi, according to how it was reported, who purported to be the ex-girlfriend of Enrico, but then it was realized that she was a cousin, according to the report brought out by the real Wamboka, Mary Wamboka Osoro, who was interviewed at a later date, and she claims that she was the real girlfriend of Enrico, the genuine girlfriend of Enrico, who they parted ways immediately after the party because of she realized that Enrico is a liar. Now we'll come to describe all the characters of all these people. I mean the traits of these people, and we see whether the issues of Eric is a liar, Tinder girl is Amkora, Mato is according to how it was reported, not us saying anyway. And of course, there's an issue of a church elder who was at a later date introduced in the interview to attest that the wedding is still going on between Pesh and Manucho. But we are so sad to learn that it hasn't moved on because of some, obstacles here and there. Now we will move on to the first question, and I'll start by asking Professor Casper. Who do you think were the chief organizers of this party, and why do you think you can speculate why they organized it?
Okay, as I can go through the financial capability of these people, Martin is a stingy guy, so he cannot be involved in preparing the party, but he is very good with women, so most likely he was involved in part of women, like he was to make a supply of the party with the women. And from the list, I can notice that they were almost pairing up into two, like each man was to take one lady.
Okay.
Then
with a number of 12.
Yeah, a number of 12. You have 6 girls, 6 boys. So what are you expecting from that? That's a match. Okay. And the party was taking place at night after 11 p.m. Most characters say they arrived at 11 p.m. except maybe Pesh and the organizers. So I think the person financing the party was Enrico. According to my understanding, Enrico is the main financier
based on the story.
And Manucho had a vested interest, probably out of whatever which happened. Manucho was involved in preparing the party, by convincing the girlfriend with Pesh that they need to have a party, which does not have any meaning, because they should have described to us, was it an engagement party? Was it a free come together party? What was it? Is not clear what party it was, but there is no party that can be organized without a motive, especially at night. Okay, so to me, the character who was really key to organizing that party is Enrico and Manucho. Manucho is a subordinate, but Enrico is the one who financed it and provided the infrastructure which could make the party successful.
Right.
And these ones I concluded from the way he is being protective and does not want the truth to come out. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, according to you, based on how you analyze the story, you think Enrico is the chief financer?
Yeah.
Daktari,
Yes.
we are not so clear where this party was held at. Some information coming out that it was at Enrico's place, 3-bedroom. And remember, at a certain time, Enrico claims that he lives in a bed-sitter. And another information coming that Pesh herself admitting that the party was held at her hubby's place, hubby to be in quotes. Do you think that, and based on the numbers that we have tried to see here, that they were around 12 to 13, do you think this was like sort of a sex party or something?
Okay. So first, let me go through, the organization of the party. I tend to differ with Prof about the role of MARTO. Yeah, like how he has decided to brand MARTO as a stingy guy. He was not meant to spend because he doesn't have a girlfriend. He's the only person who doesn't have a clear girlfriend in that party.
He's avenging on the others.
Yeah, I think even the role that he was playing was to keep
other people's girlfriends
busy as other things were going on in the bedroom. Because if this party was organized in the absence of Pes, she could have complained that why are you organizing a party without me? So they decided to include her in the party, but ensured that she's busy and under blackout. So in any case, she woke up from her blackout. MARTO was there to take control of the issues. So that was the role. Okay, now coming, this one clearly, somehow it looks like, but that was not the intention. Sex orgies, nearly.
A sex part.
But it is like it was not intended that way, because this party was meant for, especially
the jigger
Manucho. If you hear any part of the story, everybody consumed something except Manucho.
But
Manucho remains sober.
What was he celebrating? I mean, what kind of a party is this? This is a birthday party.
Next time, if we can find, wherever Bryo is watching us from, he needs to walk around with the food guy so that they don't these people don't black out. So from the party, you can realize that the intention of the party was meant for one person. It never meant, it was not supposed to have a title, like what you want to have, engagement party, what. No. It was like Manucho was eyeing another girl, but he never wanted to do it, hidden. I've read some novels whereby you see you are working with your wife, you see a very pretty lady, you want to see that lady very well. Because if you try to check her, your wife could end up slapping you. So you ask for permission in a good way. Hey, is that one not your cousin? look at her legs. She looks like Susan. Yeah. So you know that one is like permission. You can just check. Are you sure that is not Susan? You check her really, really well. Yeah. So this guy decided to include her girl in the same party that he was trying to get another girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what
So
I think.
according to you, you think it was actually meant and organized for Manucho
to scavenge on another
guy.
Yeah.
Now, you brought in a very important, or rather, something that needs to be addressed here. From the loyalty test, Manucho appears to be a very innocent person. Actually, based on the loyalty test, nothing was found on his phone, fishy, to show that he is actually cheating her fiancée, Pesh. But then, now we are realizing, out of the interviews, especially done by Tinder Girl, that she spent the entire night at the bedroom doing who knows what. But according to Tinder Girl, they were saying they were just talking because, of course, you cannot have threesome. You know, Tinder didn't have any interest.
But it is
there.
there is a possibility. There was
I don't know.
that threesome.
But according to Tinder Girl, they were just having stories, of course, in the presence of Jean. Do you think how can you describe the character of Manucho, having learned that from the loyalty test she's appearing to be very clean, but then we have other stories whereby now she's eyeing Jean, and do you think then she's really she plans his steps to ensure that every time he's communicating with ladies, he maybe deletes chats or all that so that the girlfriend doesn't find out? What do you think?
Okay, to me, Manucho is a snake. It's a silent killer. And this can be seen from the fact that when he spotted Pesh at the gym, he silently went down, seduced the lady in Instagram, and Pesh decided to accept his proposal out of the persistence that this guy had. He was very persistent. According to the words that Pesh brings out, he decided to accept. You know, women, sometimes they think if you are persistent, you love them.
Yeah.
They don't know that sometimes you lack anything to do, that now you are
keep yourself busy.
You keep yourself busy trying to push, because it's a game and men like games. So now he hides his character of parties. He doesn't like parties according to Pesh. He doesn't like social media and parties according to himself. When he was interviewed, he said he tried to pull out Pesh from parties because he doesn't like them. And Pesh confirms that.
It's not outgoing.
It's not outgoing. But behind the closed doors, you find the testimony by Tinder Girl that this guy moves from one party to another. So to me, he is trying to deny the person he wants to marry the chance of going to parties because he knows what happens during the parties. Okay? And then now he goes on to organize a party, so that probably, I don't know whether they were ready to get married by that time, but he organizes a party specifically so that he can get the G girl, according to the testimony made by Tinder Girl. So the motive was the G girl, so that he comes to the party and they have good time with her, of which not much is spoken about the girl. The girl has appeared nowhere. The only person mentioning this girl is Tinder Girl, and the girl does not seem, maybe she came earlier, and even MARTO seems not to talk about her. And if you find people avoiding talking about a certain character, know that that character did something. It's well known, or is very powerful in that circle, such that everybody is avoiding talking about that. And then you easily blame, because it's natural for you to go for, I watched that Chan movie, whereby they wanted to fight. It was a fight. There was a lady. And it was like, let me now take the lady. You just take the man. The man. So it's natural. It's natural for people to go for the easy prey. You don't go for the tough prey.
Now asking that question because because I tend to think that Manucho, having done all that, organizing a party just to get G, I think for me it would have been easy for me to see how I can get G
without the party.
Without the party, it would have even been cost effective. But
the reason why I'm saying it is G, Kwamboka with Eriko in their room. G, Tindagal na Manucho in another room. And supposedly this house belongs to Manucho.
Right.
So who should be the key character in such a case? It should have been Pesh and Manucho in a room. These other characters, they should be. So what gives G and Tindagal, because if you have a fiancé or a girlfriend, she has power to go to your bedroom, not a friend, not other friends.
Yeah.
I don't think I can invite friends to your house, even if they are not married, and you go with those girls.
They are walking freely in my bedroom.
They are walking into the bedroom. No, that's a private place.
Sure.
So why are you taking another character to your bedroom who is not your girlfriend, and then you leave your real girlfriend outside there with scavengers?
Dr. Oti, what is the real motive of Manucho to invite G? If because you said that you thought this party was held because of Manucho to be able to get G. How stupid, if I can use that word, can Manucho be to invite G in a party where his girlfriend is also there, so that he can maybe try to do something with G?
Okay. Well, first of all, this Manucho guy, I think is not that very faithful, but he knows how to hide his footprint. That was realized even from the loyalty test, whereby nothing could be found in his phone. But again, then something goes. Nigeria and Ghana are nearly the same. They have the same accent, and our girls are obsessed with those people. They just think that whatever they see in the movie, those Nigerian films, are the real thing that the characters in Nigeria and other West Africa countries are. So this one is one thing that is that wants me to demystify the fact that this party, perhaps it never happened in the house of Manucho.
All right.
Because were it the house of Manucho, the house of Manucho is nearly the house of Pesh. Yeah? So nothing would have gone to the bedroom. Yeah? Yeah, he could not have allowed the girls to go to the bedroom. But another thing is that Manucho also is like, he did not make things clear. From the interview, if I follow the testimony of Tindagal, you realize that there's something some hatred in her.
Right.
It's like Tindagal thought that she was the girl in the picture, while G is the girl in the picture. Yeah. So
then only to realize there's also Pesh in the picture.
Yeah.
All right.
So Tindagal is like, she's hurt in a way.
Right.
Yeah. She's hurt in a way. So I think Manucho could be.
That is based on her reaction, not what she's saying. What she said.
Yeah.
It?
Yes.
She seems to be bitter as she's giving out her interview.
Yes.
Giving a feeling that she's bitter, like maybe she possibly wanted Manucho.
Yes.
But then now she claims that she had brought G in a different interview for Manucho.
Yes. And she's also cautioning the fans of it's called Comrade. Yeah. Comrade Flavors, that because like everybody's thinking that Manucho is a cool guy, so she's trying to caution them that that guy is I'm the one. Yeah. So that appears like there was something that she aimed. Maybe she thought that she was the main girl. Then she's realizing that a girl she brought is overtaking her.
Okay.
because again you are finding that she keeps on urging Big Man Stevo to organize an interview with G's, and G's also she thinks that G's can be manipulated.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So there's something that
But in the contrary,
yeah.
G has a lot of information that
Yeah.
viewers don't know,
Yeah.
according to Tinder.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
Now, the other question is this controversy that we are having, that due to the presence of alcoholic drinks
Yes.
in the party, most people blacked out. But on different accounts and in different interviews, everyone is claiming to have witnessed the blacking out of Pesh and MARTO, so that they were found naked. Now, the question is this, before you intervene. The question is this: if everyone is claiming that they witnessed this happening, why is it that again everyone blacked out? So who blacked out and who stayed sober to witness? Because according to a few people interviewed, they said that Manucho, of course, didn't black out. To some extent, I think MARTO didn't black out. Pam didn't black out because she was going to work the following day. Tinder girl, she also witnessed the blackout of Pesh and MARTO. So that means she didn't black out. According to an interview given by Fake Kwamboka, Eriko and that Kwamboka woke up at around 3 to 4, and they are the first people who realized that MARTO and Pesh are naked, and they were like on a couch, and they were like they had cuddled or something like that. So you realize everyone witnessed that these people had cuddled. But again, all people saying that Eriko confirmed there was a lot of alcohol in the party. So most likely everyone blacked out. So who didn't black out, and who blacked out, and who witnessed?
According to my analysis, Kwamboka and his husband or boyfriend, they did not black out, and they were not in sitting room.
Okay.
MARTO, before I come to MARTO, according to the testimony given by Tinder girl, Manucho did not black out. We are not sure whether G blacked out or did not black out.
Was in the bedroom.
Yeah, Tinder girl did not black out because she was coming to sitting room, going to bedroom.
Yeah.
So those makes 5 people.
Okay.
And these 5 people were not in sitting room.
Okay.
Yeah, they were in those bedrooms. Now, according to the account by MARTO says he did not black out himself. But all the characters who are interviewed, they agree one thing. That the only character who we can truly say blacked out is Pesh. Pesh.
Okay.
She's the only one whom everybody confirms that blacked out. Okay? Now, the other characters, now you remember now, we have Martin and Pesh in sitting room. We have PUBG. We have Bam. And we have who again? We are supposed to have 2 more characters.
I don't know.
That's Pam, Matt, Fish. Those are 3. Then PUBG 4, and who again?
The 2 who are not mentioned.
The 2.
Bryo left.
Bryo left. Yeah, Bryo left. So we have 1 character we don't know, and among those, we have Pesh blacking out, Martin sober. According to the testimony by Pam, she was not blacked out because she was supposed to leave at 5.
Yeah.
So she was drinking cautiously. Okay? So that shows you in that sitting room, when they are saying that everybody blacked out, it's only Pesh who blacked out.
So Pesh is everybody.
Yeah.
According to them.
Okay.
Do you agree with me, Dr.?
I agree with you that the only person who blacked out was Pesh. But again, it's like very few people saw Manucho.
All right.
Yeah, because like he spent
his
The
whole
entire
life
period
the entire
in
period
the
in the
bedroom.
Yeah,
The same with
Yeah.
Rico.
yeah, the same with Erico.
The same with G.
Yeah, but
So
Yeah.
Tinder girl was the link
The
coming
organizer.
to sitting room,
The coordinator.
checking whether
If alcohol, they
probably
finished alcohol
yeah,
in the bedroom.
probably to check
they
if
came
Pesh
to fetch
is
more
sober,
alcohol.
Yeah.
so that you add more and then you go.
Okay. What you guys
Yeah.
and other fans are forgetting is
Yeah.
that this thing we think that it took long, it took place for a really long time,
Mhm.
when that actually was not the thing. Look at a party where people are arriving at
11
at
p.m.
11,
Mm.
and you see that people start departing at 4.
Mm.
Yeah.
How many hours
few
are those?
hours, yeah.
Yeah,
Few hours.
they're like 3 or 4 hours.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the chronology of like how the things followed from one thing to another one.
And of course, you don't
Yeah.
get drunk immediately
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
alcohol.
yeah,
Mhm.
It takes
yeah.
you some time.
So I think the biggest beneficiary.
No. It's okay, we don't get drunk,
Mm.
and those people are not meant to get drunk.
Uh,
But Fesh was drunk by that 11. By the time,
By the time
the
the
party was beginning, she was already drunk.
as the host.
Yeah.
If it happened in her habits.
Yeah.
okay, I'm wondering like the music was under whose control, because like, they were dancing. So maybe
To what music?
Yeah.
Or Matter Babji.
Or maybe it was
Probably
PUBG.
PUBG.
Maybe it was PUBG.
All
Yeah.
the character we are
They
missing was the
mentioned
DJ.
about
Or
PUBG.
the music was just put on like something that was
An
auto.
MP3,
Yeah,
yeah.
MP3 something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, the other question is, we all know that Manucho and Pesh were dating. It was serious dating because they were even actually planning for a wedding.
Mm.
How comfortable was Manucho to go spend one with a lady or two ladies in the bedroom, leaving his wife to be in the sitting room in the presence of his, in quotes, brother Marto, without even trying to see, because of course, Pesh was tipsy. And in real sense, we all know that when ladies take alcoholic drinks, especially wine, and they become tipsy, there is a likelihood they tend to be a little bit horny.
Yeah.
How comfortable was Manucho to leave Pesh in the presence of Mato while he's also busy entertaining Tinder girl and the other girl in the bedroom, without even minding what's happening with his girlfriend?
Okay. My analysis, Pesh did not get drunk out of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, she might have been drugged. On the case of Manucho leaving her to Mato, it's like, when you're friends, sometimes there is something, that code, that general code that as we are friends, you cannot do something to my girl, okay? But you know what I'm doing. So we are supposed to keep this person in check, but you know what I'm doing, okay? So probably, as I can view it, that's my view, all my analysis. Martin, it is true from testimony that he had an interest in Pesh. And I equate him to a scavenger, okay?
Okay.
Who saw an opportunity and used it,
Okay.
knowing very well why Martin has that courage. He knows Erico, he knows Manucho, and he knows their fishy ways.
All right.
Okay, so for him to go and sleep with Fish, whom he has been interested with,
If at all they did.
It's because he knew Manucho. After Manucho knowing it, he cannot do anything. There are sometimes if you know something and this person has your secret, you decide to keep quiet. Like you cannot push it so much because he will spill a lot of stories. Okay, right. So Pesh could have been a victim of the circumstance, but I question her character, of which sometimes I can defend her when she said that they decided to get the stories right. Most likely they slept.
All right.
From the statements, it is 99% or 98% true they
That's
slept.
right.
And they knew, both of them knew that we had sex.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But it can be a one night time.
Okay.
We had sex, maybe one because he was
Ama walikuwa wamekrashiana.
yeah, ama walikuwa wamekrashiana, something like that. So there's that aspect. But according to me, Pesh decides it should go down because she is planning a wedding with Manucho. Okay? And it's like now, those messages we did not read, but I can predict them. It's like Martin is trying to push for the cake again.
All right.
Like you can bring it again, and it's the lady is like, no,
Chesa chini,
that thing, it was according, it was a mistake.
All right.
That happened, so we should not make it a reality.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people can make mistakes. So the mistake number one, she was drunk. Mistake number two, she was in a wrong place at the wrong time and whatever. So she claims that it was a mistake. Let us not push it.
Yeah.
Okay. But to me, Martin is pushing it is because probably he has now a real love towards her, or wants them to break with Manucho. He takes her, or something like that. So there's that push from Martin. You see, if you really care about your friend, you cannot go and tell your friend that okay, Martin is pushing. Let us go tell Manucho that guilt is killing me. What guilt is killing you? Why do you want us to tell Manucho that we had sex, which was not serious, and knowing very well if we tell Manucho we had sex, which was a mistake, his reaction is to break the wedding. So we have to question the character of Martin. Why does he want it to be known? The motive is that the two will break. Okay? And who is going to benefit? That's when we call it a pro bono question. Who is going to benefit from the breakup of the two? It is Martin, because he will take Pesh. Most likely he believes that if these two break, I will take Pesh. If they get married, I might not get her, because these women are funny. Okay. She might give you something today, she gets married, you ask for it, she denies, she doesn't want to give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just to add a few things. Okay. Well, first, there is something that at the beginning that I'm not agreeing with you about the person who funded this thing. Erico, I'm bringing it completely out of the context. Even though he knows Brian, but I doubt if he organized this thing, because one, it is said that, I mean, Erico is so much interested in wedding, and he would not like anything that can jeopardize the chance of doing this wedding. Because knowing that there's another girl coming, I think Erico would have not supported this part of it.
Yeah.
And then this thing, somehow it looks like the party happened in the house of Manucho.
Okay.
There's only one person. The Kwamboka is the only lady who is saying that the thing that happened in her house. When we talk with
there's also support by Marto.
Yeah, Marto.
Marto, who is a friend, a very good friend of Erico, and who knows him deep inside, insists the house belongs to Erico.
Three-bedroom house. Yeah. Okay, but Marto, after a lot of interview, because Marto at the beginning even was never willing to say even the location of the house. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now
we'll continue. There's something you were saying.
No,
you were it's a point.
Yeah,
it
was
a
point.
point. Yeah.
But
the reason why we were insisting that Erico might be the character, Erico might not have known that maybe other characters will come. But I'm saying he financed it because he provided the house. And from all the characters, he seems to be moneyed. He seems to have money. And
that is according to Marto.
Yeah, and then he also, you see, even the contribution, he has contributed 20,000.
It is 20 out of 10 million.
Now,
so
wait a moment. It's okay. You are contributing 20,000 to a friend whom you are not that much linked. This is a Luo, that's another person. And then you are saying you are a hustler paying a bed sitter 10,000 shillings, but you can afford to pay 20,000 to someone who is going to marry. Okay? So to me, I think he has much interest with the wedding, to the extent that he keeps bringing these parties, bringing these people together, wasiachane, because he knows what he is targeting in that wedding.
Now, the issue of the venue of the party is still vague, and there's a lot that is being not brought out, especially with these participants. In as much as they are trying to address some realities, there are things which I don't know if they are cordially agreed, cordially accepted not to bring out. For instance, we are talking about Erico saying the party was held at Manucho's. Manucho and his girlfriend, they agreeing the party was held at their place. MARTO comes out with the issue that the party was held at Erico's 3-bedroom. Erico even to an extent produced receipts for house rent for a bed sitter, trying to distance himself from that claim. We have Tinder girl who's also saying that the party was held at Manucho's place. Pam says Manucho's place. Let me finish. Pam says from Manucho's place. We have Bryo who doesn't talk, but we have Kwamboka, the real one, and also the fake one, also said that the party was held at Erico's place. Now, according to me, these people are good friends and still are good friends, even as much as all these stories are happening. And there are some truths, which the real truth, what happened into details, they all know. But when they come on the camera, there are things that they choose to give to the viewers, and there are things which they think they should not give to the viewers.
Do you know why I conclude that this is a game planned by Manucho and Erico and MARTO, these three characters? If at all you're talking about 12 million shillings, this wedding was supposed to fail from the word go. The Ghanaian guy is hiding his true character. He might not even have a house. Probably he is being hosted by Erico.
But I would believe Pesh word more than Manucho's, because Pesh said they held the party at.
You see, if you bring a girl to your house, it's a 3-bedroom house. Let me ask you, you're a young man. What are you hiring a 3-bedroom house for? And you don't have a family?
Possibly Vision 2030 when I get a family.
No. This guy, what job does he do? He says he's doing some form of business or something.
They were planning to become a business goons, according to Pesh.
Yeah, and they seem to have money. Okay? We don't know. To me, from the word go, I think Pesh has more money than the guy. Yeah, the way they were describing. It is Pesh's business that is known. And personally, I don't like people who tell me that they are doing business without specifying what business.
No, but Pesh is into fashion.
Pesh is into fashion.
And actually, she's the one who dresses. She's the one who dresses Manucho.
It's okay.
And even in another account, Pesh admits that Manucho is the one who supported
that business Pesh to be opened,
to grow. Yeah.
The question is, what business is Manucho doing?
Okay, I wouldn't.
They have not said exactly what business he is doing, but they are very clear about what business Martin is doing. No, not Martin. Erico, we know is gym. Pesh, we know he is into fashion. Brian, we know is a cocktail girl. Pam, we know she's in school.
Tinder girl is also in school.
Tinder girl is in school. But what is Manucho doing?
Okay, you cannot question a lot.
No, he was asked that question and he said, I'm a businessman. So once you find somebody telling you that he's a businessman, you have to question the character. Now, and the reason why I'm bringing this question, as of the latest news, the guy has disappeared too.
Okay, I want to also defend him a little bit, because we have different characters, and even me. I think there are things that I'm so discreet about, especially concerning my life. And I also came to realize, in as much as Nucho is, is purporting to be, so concerned about his issues, But whereas we are realizing that he goes for parties and everything, little is known about his personal life. Besides the circle of having Erico and Martin,
and the mother being a Kenyan,
and the mother, I think one of them is a Kenyan, and the other one is a Ghanaian. Little is known about his life, and to me, I would understand him if he doesn't want to expose the kind of.
I have one question, host. I have one question. It is alleged that once Manucho arrived in Ghana, he switched off everything, his phone,
yes,
social media,
including the bank account.
Including the bank account.
Yeah.
What was there in that bank account?
Money.
It was money.
Forwarding, yeah.
Are we together? And it's not just small money. Probably if they were targeting 12 million, or maybe that 12 million is there.
Okay.
Are we together? So that's why I'm telling you, these three characters, Erico, Martin, and Manucho, they are not what we see.
Okay.
They have other businesses, and most likely they could not agree to spend 12 million on fish, and they can disappear with that money.
There's something I need to add on this.
And by the way,
let me say,
kabla uongeze, kumbuka hao watu after the story hawajakosana.
Yeah, most likely hawajakosana, but let me say something here.
Why do you say so?
No.
Okay.
They call each other.
No, after
they talk clearly, but they are seeing Martin as a person who is going to set them up.
Okay.
They have thrown him out.
Okay, there's a lot of mistrust after the incident.
Course, yeah.
Because we are finding that Tinder girl has broken with the boyfriend and has been thrown out.
Yeah, friends who have been invited for the wedding, including Martin and Tinder girl,
and they want to
they say they are going to get crushed.
Are you seeing? Yeah. So these people are not together.
But there's something I wanted to say. That in as much as we are talking about this thing, and making fun out of it, the two persons whom, for me, I think they've been really affected. And I don't know whether you watched the very last recent video in Pesh video YouTube channel, whereby she's coming out clear saying that she's at Shanks at the time she was producing that video, and she was also addressing the issue of the missing of Big Man Stevo, and you can literally see that this lady is really affected by the whole issue. Actually, she admits that she's so tired of everything, and she just wishes that everything comes back to normalcy and they find a solution. So the moment the loyalty test was done and everything erupted, the two persons, according to me, who were affected were the Ghanaian guy, Nucho, and you could see Nucho, like he was really psychologically affected, couldn't comprehend why a best friend could do that to him. And when you're in that state, you can do anything. And that is why I think he decided to go and pull out his to flee, including maybe just block everyone who you've been thinking has been a friend to you, but then realize that is what they are doing. Backbiting and going behind your back to the same with Pesh. So I would really understand if Nucho tricked the so-called friends that let me go to Ghana to organize the wedding on my side, and then I'll come back so that we can continue the arrangement. But then deep down in his mind, he knew the moment I board the flight, that would be the last day they're going to see me. I'm not saying that Nucho is not going to come back. Possibly, and I believe the two of them especially, leave alone Akina Eriko and Akina Tindagal, they are just coming to witness what happened. But I believe, one, Pesh and Nucho, they need, first of all, their time, their space, to first of all digest and internalize whatever is happening, because it seems like a movie for them. Could be even reality hasn't done for them. To some extent, they even need some counseling. So the moment they get this space, that is when now they can come out and explain why I switched off my phone, why I had to block my accounts, why I had to do this and this and this. So as at now, in as much as, of course, the 12 million, I want to believe if it wasn't in Nucho's personal account.
But how can he?
That is not clear.
How can he broke the account if he has
Could be.
no?
No, it
Yes,
could be a joint
access.
account. When you're in a joint account, you can block transactions. You cannot withdraw money, but the other party also cannot withdraw money unless all the participants are there. So could be he just went and said, this account, I don't want anyone withdrawing money until otherwise advised. Could be that is the case. But as at now, we may not, especially now they haven't said that the account belongs to Nucho entirely. Maybe we cannot really speculate. But I agree with you. Having that little is known concerning Nucho, there are possibilities of what you're saying. Could be maybe he wanted to do that, but could be maybe that is not the case. He's just trying to buy him his time. As time goes by, then he can come out. And because you look at Pesh right now, he's still very determined and willing and desperate to get Manucho back and to get the wedding continued.
And our host, as you're talking, it has come to my mind that the area at which these things were happening is well known in Nairobi for this wash stuff.
All right.
Yeah. So most probably these are some of the cartels who are in that business of wash.
I tend to disagree because what is in Prof's mind? Just connecting Manucho with dubious business because he doesn't know the business that Manucho is about. It is okay. You can do a business. You can decide not to disclose unless there is investigation. Because some business, maybe you are working in a mortuary, and you do not want other people to know.
Okay. The reason why I'm raising as passions is the kind of the money that has been contributed for the wedding, also the people who have been involved in contributing, including politicians and whatever. And these are people who are just living here in Kasarani, a place which is known for all sorts of wash stuff.
I think Kasarani is not that dubious.
It's not much, but Kasarani, it's a dubious place.
Kasarani,
we have to agree that
Kasarani is not a high-end estate.
It's not high-end.
Not even closer to any high-end. If they were in Kilimani, we could say so. But now, if you look at these people, it is not dubious because if you look at
most people living there are middle class.
They are middle class, but
near close to middle class.
Get cases of car theft, get cases of stuff, vandalizing stuff, online stuff, vandalization, or you get cases of hacking. You just hear them around Kasarani, and Timor is the center.
Not Timor.
Even Musada disappeared in that area.
Okay, let's not go that direction. We may not be having evidence of everything.
But that's just a speculation.
But let's get back to the real story. And I wanted to introduce this character called Bryo. According to the interviews that were held, little is known about him, but we know he's the cocktail guy.
It is much.
Much is known. Let's give a brief introduction about how you know Bryo and what is the role of Bryo in all this story.
Okay, one thing that I want to acknowledge about the characters is that their courage to come for interview, even though they decided to not give us the right answers, like they have not been consistent. But what I can praise from Bryo is very professional because he knows that where you are working, he can't consume his alcohol. He's leaving them, going to do his stuff. You see, that means that is very professional. But what we lack, because when Tinder girl was asked about Bryo, like who doesn't know Bryo? That is what. So it means that Bryo is that very famous guy. So if
actually, who doesn't know Bryo?
That is what. And if you ask the girl Pam, I think Pam also. Pam is now the one dating Bryo. So we find that Pam is known to Bryo. All other characters, all of them, they know Bryo, yeah,
Mm.
with the kind of job that Bryo is doing, supplying, I mean, cocktail
Cocktail.
and things related with alcoholic thing.
Mm.
So what what worries me is like why would Bryo come, bring her, I mean, his girlfriend to a party, then for him he fades away. So it could mean that I mean, it makes the suspicion of the Michele thing. Like maybe Bryo brought the drinks, and then the girlfriend was supposed to complete the circuit, like putting the Michele and ensuring that this girl goes down. Yeah, and the guy who knows Bryo more is even Enrico. Yeah, and Enrico was the architect in all the entire game. So I think Bryo, the only thing that we do not know about Bryo is that he has not been interviewed, but it's a guy that is known. Maybe it's the person we can say that is not, we do not know much or anything about is Babji. Yeah? Yeah. But Bryo
And the two anonymous.
and the two anonymous in case they are there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we haven't talked much about Enrico.
Yes.
And we've said that Enrico is the genesis
of the common denominator
of all these things. First of all, everyone knew each other through Enrico's gym. And now Enrico is here. Enrico, in a certain interview, he claimed to be next year stingy. And then eventually we realized that he actually has a post in Catholic Church as one of the youth leaders. And we've also realized that Enrico is really pushing for Pesh and Manucho to continue with the wedding. Whereas the opposition, Tinder girl and MARTO, are really against the wedding from continuing. And actually, in one of the interviews, Tinder girl says, I'd rather, first of all, everything to get exposed before the wedding can continue so that everyone is satisfied. Why do you think Enrico is pushing for the wedding to continue?
Okay. As per the interviews, Enrico is pushing for, he's interested with money. He is not a character who is very much attracted to things to do with women. From what I can hear, his most accusations are about money. Mama Waharia, that's an insinuation that he has a sugar mommy. Yeah, because we know these women with the Harriers, the sugar mummies. And he denied it and said maybe it's an aunt Harriet. You know, he has those lies. But to him, if you hear, if at all it's a woman financing him, then it's money. But even now, if we take his story to be true, that his auntie Harriet in I don't know, Seychelles, it's in Seychelles, I don't know which country, a small country, sent him some 49,000, I don't know how much. It was a lot of money, which amounted to around 350,000 to open a gym. So you see, it's a woman. The aunt is a woman, and what is it attached to? Money. Okay. So, and when we talk about him having a 3-bedroom house, he denies and says, he insists he lives in a bedsitter, 10,000 shillings. It's also about money. Martin accuses him about having 3 gyms, but he denies, which is also associated with money. So to me, I think his motive in this wedding, being the chairman, I'm suspecting he's also a signatory in the being a chairman of the wedding. You are also a signatory in the bank access in the bank account. Okay, so that's what needs to be established. Is who, if he is a signatory, if Manucho is also another signatory, probably Fesh is not even a signatory, and they might have a third character, or maybe the two of them might be signatories. They might push for this wedding so that they get their cut. The wedding goes through, they get their cut, that they achieved something. Or the wedding fails to go through, they disappear with the money. So you don't know exactly, but he is pushing it not because he wants the two to get married. He is pushing and discarding everything that can break the wedding because probably his calculation of fun of getting something out of it is getting out of context. So he wants it to go through.
Okay, just a little. Okay. I've heard Vic, you accuse, at the start, we realized that Enrico is a SDA guy. And then we also realized, later on we realized that is unofficial in Catholic. But maybe the SDA thing, maybe it's just a Catholic. The SDA thing could come with the Kwampoka. You know, the SDA ladies, you cannot, wezi ukakatia when you are not a SDA. So maybe he had to convert to become an SDA guy for him to win Kwampoka. And then after which, he went back to his church. And maybe the church, I think, then you are tagging Enrico alongside things related with money. So, one thing that I can say that, Kwampoka is not related with money. So maybe there's a genuine love. Maybe there was a genuine thing because I don't see the role that Kwampoka is playing in capturing the money.
Of which again, before we have to question. Kwampoka says they were living in that 3-bedroom house.
Yes.
And this one bedsitter, whom does it belong to? The one Enrico now is insisting is his house.
Okay, I may agree with Enrico. Currently, the things might be true because Enrico, Enrico was previously was hosting Martin. And he also had a wife, Kwampoka. After breaking with them, like you don't need a large space. You just need now the bedsitter is
then Enrico could have agreed that the house belonged to me, but I shifted. But he is insisting up to now the house does not belong to him.
He doesn't have any other house.
He doesn't have another house, and it seems from the story the house still exists up to now, and it is used by Manucho.
Okay, all that story happening, is something that is coming out very clear. Enrico witnessed the cuddling of MARTO and Pesh, and he knows the truth.
And he kept quiet.
Enrico is pushing for the wedding to continue, and he's going overboard by bringing a fake Kwampoka, whom is being purported to have been paid to give that interview, and eventually someone else comes and say that the fake Kwampoka is actually a cousin of Eric. Why is Eric paying someone to cover the story? 2, Eric comes with an elder to witness that the wedding is going to continue and all that, and of course to also cover the whole story. Why do you think Eric is covering all these things and covering the whole story? Why is it not easy for these two friends? MARTO knows the truth. He's the culprit. Enrico is a best friend. Pesh is a friend of all these gentlemen. Why won't they just simply sit down as the four of them and confess to each other that, I'm Eric, I had a thing with Pesh, but it's done, or I still love her. I'm MARTO, I slept with her at a certain time, but it's over. Manucho, we know you have this girl, but now, just do your thing. We'll be here to support you as friends. What do you think that he's covering the story?
Okay, Eric is like, now he doesn't want any obstacle to come. I think Martin went beyond overboard, like beyond the borders that he was assigned. He was assigned to take care, to ensure that
stays within
and sober.
And within the city group.
But this is a kind of very courageous person. I think maybe after consumption of the thing that Bryo supplied, because look, I do not know whether it was a 1-bedroom or 3-bedroom, because the reports that are coming are conflicting. But now what we know is that MARTO was in the sitting room. So this guy had two drives. Like, first, the way he's, alleging is that the first one is with Pam. After Pam had left, he went with Pesh. So it's like this guy went overboard, like the role that he was assigned to do.
Took it too far.
He took it too far. But that was not going to deter Eric from his plan of the wedding. Because if we look at this wedding again, we can see that this guy Eric is a dictator. It's a dictator in that it's like maybe they did not even agree that they remove MARTO from the WhatsApp group. He's saying that he did it himself. Okay, he might be a chairman, but it's like he never consulted other people. So Eric is very determined. He doesn't want any obstacle. Like even if he meets Pesh with another person, any obstacle that would make the wedding to fail is not ready to accommodate them. So Eric, I think here this area, maybe the man is in it.
And also that now brings me to the conclusion that could be possibly they were not in Manucho's house. If Pesh was tipsy and almost going to blackout, and they are partying in their house as the host, before you black out, I think you know that this alcohol is taking me badly. She could have gone to the bedroom and sleep. But she ended up blacking out on a couch. That means
in your house
and
your boyfriend's house.
And Casper is also saying that. Casper is also saying that the role of MARTO was to ensure that Pesh doesn't go beyond the sitting room. How can you confine me in my own house? That means they were in a house that doesn't belong to them, but Nucho had an autonomy to go to one of the bedrooms which was allocated for the activity they wanted to do. As you had said initially that this was organized by Nucho. But again, I can't believe why would I spend, like, say, 50,000 if I can just give an estimate of the cost of the party, whereas I can just get the number of G and we meet elsewhere and do our stuff and come back.
No. The problem is here. According to the story of Tinder girl, Manucho had an eye for G. That means they were not dating.
True.
So if you are dating, you can easily call the girl, you meet somewhere else. Okay? So Tinder girl comes with G as what can we say?
A company
means let us go somewhere. So the two characters here, G probably, because much is not spoken about her, probably she was also sedated. Okay?
Possibly.
There's a possibility because not much is spoken about.
So Nucho ended up
doing everything.
With Tinder.
There is a probability, according to me, Nucho slept with G and slept with that Tinder because Tinder was sober.
I don't know.
There is a possibility. Tinder was sober, and you cannot be sober seeing people having sex, probably.
But why, if you wanted to spend with two girls, why hold a party for that?
No.
Why just
you see, the problem is this. If you invite a girl to come with another girl, they usually have those questions. The easiest way of getting access to these girls, especially these college girls, is to hold a party. And that party, they must have drinks. These hard drinks. Brian must be there. Okay? So that's the easiest way of getting access to these girls, because they also like saying they went off, they don't know what happened. Again, if you don't want to get attached to a girl, you don't seduce her officially. You don't put official seduction words like I love you or those stuff and marry you, and you have another girl, you see you're going to bring a conflict. So sedate that person, she becomes drunk, sleep with her and say it was a mistake. And then you get out of that.
Blame the alcohol.
Blame the alcohol.
Okay. What I can say also there, what I can add is that okay, Bryo, not Bryo, I'm talking about Manucho guy, realize, this is a guy that is hiding the footstep, the footprint. Like finding him in a guilty side is not very easy. And we can see the big man Stevo failed to find any, to connect him with any signs of infidelity. And big man Steve, from his profile, I mean, the way he was talking, I heard him telling a lady that he has a background in psychology and a lot of things. So finding you not guilty, it means that this person knows how to hide this thing. So in this area where they invited, G together with Tinder girl, I don't know why these two parties, these two people are the ones that we do not have the official name.
Tinder girl, and the G.
And the
G is Penina.
And G's, we do not even know that. No, G is
not Penina. G is not Penina.
So G, we do not know whether it is Georgina or who. So only these two people who spend most of their time in the bedroom, are the ones that we do not know. So what I think with Manucho, the process of the seduction process is very long. That is why I could agree with you that he decided to sedate or maybe to choose that route, because like dating another one when wedding committee is also busy was not going to be easy. But now even if Pesh came out of her senses and realized this thing, he could say that this thing happened maybe because of alcohol. We have seen the things are happening, even the one that happened when Eric Omondi, we have another Eric Omondi is now known, when he was still working with Radio Africa Group together with Jackie Maribe. One night stand happened. So I think that is what Manucho wanted.
Guys, I know this story is trending. If you haven't heard about it, so you're wondering what is it you're talking about, go to your YouTube channel, and type Comrade Flavor and look for the loyalty test where you see a lady called Pesh and Manucho being sanitized, and then the story developed from there. But I'm sure this is a story that is trending right now. And you guys, know what's happening, and I've been seeing your comments in the Comrade Flavor channel. Comment based on our analysis here. You see where you think we're not analyzing correctly, because we're also speculating. Everything, by the way, we are talking about here, we are speculating based on the interviews that we viewed or watched on the Comrade Flavor channel. So let's hear your views, and we also want to wind up. But I want to ask this question. And Pesh probably will also be watching this. Maybe it may reach you. But we are human beings. We're not perfect. One way or the other, we can do something that is not good. Why do you think? What was hard for Pesh to just outrightly go to her boyfriend and tell her, you know what, I did something and I think it was a mistake. Please forgive me, but this and this and this and this is what happened. When Pesh realized that they maybe slept with MARTO and realized it's a mistake, why did she decide to keep it to go quiet? Why was she telling MARTO to play it cool and let it just go pass with waters? What do you think could have been the reason?
I have two illustrations. Before I illustrate, I would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
You hostess and Evans here. I sleep with a girl you're going to marry.
Okay.
And she comes, tells you, Professor Casper slept with me. Would you marry her?
It will be based on the circumstances.
Circumstances, just answer. You tell me, we were drunk, and I think this guy slept with me. Will you marry that person?
We'll have to have a sitting before I decide whether we marry or not.
So there is that 50-50. You might marry her or not marry her. So according to my understanding, there are some things we hide based on the repercussions of if we say the truth, what will happen.
Okay.
My illustration comes first from Abraham.
Okay.
When he faced a king, I don't know whether Melchizedek or someone.
Yeah, in Genesis.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Is this your wife?" He said no, because he knew if he says yes,
The king will sleep with
the king will kill him and marry her.
Okay,
So it was like, you rather go and sleep with her instead of killing me. Are we together?
Okay.
Now, another illustration also comes from that guy of faith. When he wanted to go and give his son Isaac as a sacrifice, he did not tell the wife the truth.
Okay.
He told the wife, we are going to give a sacrifice to, we will come back with Isaac. But him, in his mind, he knew that we are going with Isaac, and this is the sacrifice.
And even Isaac himself didn't know.
Even Isaac didn't know. So sometimes we have to hide the truth, not because we don't like speaking the truth, but we are looking at what is going to come out if I say the truth. For the sake of general good, then rather that thing slide. Yeah, I think that's the term, that it slide in the cold water, and we stop talking about it. So I think now Pesh was really focused, given that she's already, she's approaching 26, and the lifespan of ladies is very short. If you get a serious man who wants to marry you, you want that thing to go through. Okay? So anything you see that is going to interfere with it, you rather say that it's slide down, because if this thing happens, if Manucho knew, now you have seen his reaction after knowing that probably the party he organized brought those things, all those issues. Yes, nobody's blaming him for organizing the party. Everybody's blaming Fish. And Fish probably might have been sedated. Okay? So I think Fish having to hide it, it's because she really wanted the wedding to go through, and it was a mistake. I believe that word, it was a honest word from her towards Martin, who knows the truth, that thing was a mistake. We should not speak about it, and we should not repeat it. Yeah, I think she was right.
I get you.
Okay, so just to add a little, I tend to concur with you a lot in that. I've talked to close to 20 women, and the question that I posed to them, like, if you had been raped, would you tell your husband that you had been raped? Imagine, out of all those 20 told me that they would not. This is now not even any sex, rape. Rape, this is a criminal thing. That you need to tell your husband to protect the police. They know that this thing could even change. Like the husband would see that so you slept with them. Like they are saying that. I mean, the husband could end up accusing them of sleeping, like removing the part of rape and converting it to like infidelity there. So what I think about why Pesh is determined, like doesn't want the truth to come out. Look at this guy. This guy, he has Manucho has hidden some identity. According to Tinder girl, this is a party animal. But the picture that is on the other side, this is a person who is like, we call people who do not take alcohol, so it's like, not even, like that party never took it. It's like he was sober.
Some character said that Pesh is she has never taken alcohol, so she became tipsy quickly because it was her first time to.
I think she was a new initiate. She was maybe the party was to initiate her to this, but maybe it could not be because the husband to be never wanted her to be a party thing, a party girl, So at the age of Pesh, and the obsession with Western people, Western African people, and from the comments, when I follow the videos, if I look at the comment, it's like most of the fans like Manucho. So who is Pesh to
just allow
like this thing to slide out. So I've in two instances I've had this comment, this short phrase called "Let it slide."
Yes.
About Bryo and that girl, and then this area also.
Now, Doctor, so that we move to the next segment. Now, it's so unfortunate to learn that after December, the host of the channel, Comrade Flavor, has been missing.
Yes.
And a lot has been said. Actually, the manager came out. I can't remember his name. And he said that the guy just withdrew some amount in the account and just disappeared. His phone is not going through, and nobody knows his whereabouts. I don't want to ideally say that it's connected to this story, and I'm sure at the moment they've already taken some legal steps to ensure that the government knows or the police know that there's a missing person, and I'm sure we are hoping for the best that is going to be found very soon. But where could you think after, especially during the show, because the last show that he did was interviewing Kwamboka, the real Kwamboka, and then after that, I think then we learned that he's missing. Do you think this is connected to the story? Maybe.
Okay, we cannot speculate that much, but we cannot also say that it is not connected with this, because to me, it seems as Eric could do anything just to ensure that this wedding doesn't stop. Yeah, because if we look at the introduction of the character that Eric brought, the Kwamboka, the fake Kwamboka, and then after now the real Kwamboka emerged, is when he went missing. We pray that it's just okay, maybe it's just partying because it was during festive season. So we just hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, I see something sinister. If indeed is missing, I could easily connect Eric with it, because Eric is like he was trying to hide some truth by bringing a fake person, inducing a media personality or an investigator to go to another town, to go to Kisii, only to realize that the real person that you needed was actually in Nairobi. So I think after unraveling the truth from the real Kwamboka, this thing may be angered Eric. So if there's anything like is genuinely missing, I think Erico needs to be questioned.
Okay. According to me, before I bring it to you, I think could be Big Man Stevo decided to have an extended holiday, and that is why after withdrawing money, he didn't want any interference, so he decided just to switch off the phone and just go to some who knows where. Why I'm saying that is because one, as I've told you, Pesh, published a video around the 31st or early January, talking about the issues, how it has gone, how they're handling the matter. And actually, she was talking while she was still in Ushago, and you could really see her that she's so affected with everything. And she was also trying to communicate to members, to viewers, that she also doesn't know whereabouts of Big Man Stevo, and she's also so sorry that Big Man Stevo cannot be found. And she was also surprised, actually. But being that her story or their story was the last that Big Man Stevo had covered, she was just trying to come out to public, telling them that she doesn't have anything to do with him. As well, another coverage was done by now the other guy who's hosting the channel, where when Big Man Stevo is not here, and they interviewed Rico, who says he's actually in Ushago. So I think also Rico is also distancing himself with the disappearance of Big Man Stevo. What do you think is happening?
Okay, in the world of criminology, whenever there is money involved, especially in millions, there is a crime. There must be a crime. There's no way you can find somebody killing someone for there is no money. Somebody can't just wake up unless he's a psychopath. So first of all, I think in this world of investigation, especially if you are doing investigations to do with marriages, and drugs, you have to be very careful, of which Big Man Stevo has a bouncer, but that's not enough. You need to also sometimes go hiding so that your movements are not easily traced until a story dies. Once it dies, you know that anger goes down, and then you can come and do something else. So since Big Man Stevo withdrew money, so automatically he is spending that money somewhere, hiding or whatever. So as of now, we cannot speculate because the manager said he withdrew money and they have not lodged a formal complaint with the police.
I'm not sure.
Or DCI, we are not sure about that. So the moment we realize that he has done that, that's the moment now we can start questioning who might be having a motive of eliminating him.
Okay. But ideally, they should do that if he's seriously he's missing.
Yeah. So if it's a serious case, the family can do that. Since the family is not out to say that this happened, we are assuming that he is somewhere enjoying, probably even
taking sabbatical leave.
Yeah.
Of course, covering for loyalty test and having undergoing all those kind of. Including kuna place hata amepigwa magumi. You only need to tell your body asante. Share shukrani somewhere where there's no interference.
Not only him, there's a lady investigator, senior one, called Wairimu, who was like
a private investigator.
Yeah, you remember her?
Yeah.
In Kakamega, somewhere around there. Yes.
It's advisable you take some time out, end of jivinjari and then come back. But we also don't know kama ameenda kujivinjari, so we are just speculating, guys. Now, so that we move on to the next segment, then we finish. We've had several characters, starting from Pesh, Manucho, Erico, MARTO. These are the main characters, and then the Tinder girl, and then the two Kwambokas coming in. Let's start with you, Caspar. Based on how you've heard Eric articulate himself, his point of story, how can you describe him? Do you think he's a liar? Do you think he's telling the truth? Do you think he's honest? How can you generally just describe him?
Eric is a liar. Liars always deny, and they are usually very swift.
Which areas do you think he lied, according to the interview?
First of all, he is insisting the house in which the party took place does not belong to him, when other characters who know him better say the house belongs to him. That's the first lie. And he denies. Second lie, Martin, who they have stayed together, wanted to spill more beans. And by the time he went, he left the show protesting like Songo. He said, if I continue staying in this show, I will speak more truth. So I don't want to stay in this show. So he left. They were talking about him being financed by Mama Waharia. He denied it and said it is Harriet. Martin says Erico has 3 genes. He says no, and does not explain as to why they are not 3. So he insists he has only 1, and he doesn't say what happened to the other 2, though he at a particular point accepts that at a particular moment he had 3, but he had to cross, I think 2, and maybe remain 1. So you find that everything that is asked of him, he doesn't say yes. He says no first. And then he is also not into the story. He doesn't want to know what happened between Pesh and Martin or whatever. He's pushing for the wedding. Okay?
So, Prof, let me tend to disagree. Like these things that is denied, there's no confirmation that the otherwise was true. Like 2, 3 gyms, well, he doesn't owe anybody, like the reason why he closed them. We know how Corona has hit everybody.
But again, he doesn't owe anyone why they should be open.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying is that, like, it has not been approved later. We have not there's no evidence that like he denied. Yes, he denied. Maybe he denied and they were true. Yeah. Things that he denied, one of them is that the house was not his. Yeah. Which of course could be true. He said that his house was
a bed sitter. He came with a receipt.
Yeah.
But the only way
that is a good evidence.
No, that's not an evidence, Marimu.
Yeah.
Because we are not talking about the bed sitter.
Yes.
What he could have done, he could have said this. The person who could have proved that the house belongs to him is Manucho.
Yes.
Manucho could have produced receipts to say this house belongs to me. Okay? So what he's doing is covering. If he wanted to prove to us the house does not belong to him, he could have taken Man Stevo to that house. They ask the landlord, does this house belong to this one? So don't divert our attention to another house. You can be a man who owns 10 houses and you bring us one house.
No, okay. He was very open. I categorically even mentioned the name of that plaza. And the name of the landlord was Red. So it means that it is easy to trace. And he says that, this guy, okay.
Doctor, you are not getting me.
Yes.
Where he stays or where the bed sitter is, I have no contention.
Yes.
My contention is where the 3-bedroom is.
Yes, 3-bedroom.
Okay. So if he wants to prove to us he doesn't own the house, don't bring us the receipts of a bed sitter.
Yes.
Go and bring those receipts of the 3-bedroom and say, you see, these are the receipts of that 3-bedroom, and this is Manucho.
Yes.
This house is somewhere, and the landlord of that house is this one. Go and ask him. Don't divert us to another house which we are not interested in.
So
that's a diversion.
According to you, Eric is a liar.
Eric is a liar.
Anything else? You forgot to mention he's a very good trainer. I would really want to.
Yeah, he's a good trainer, and I could also like to join that gym. He's a good trainer, but he is what can we say? This
you can join with your wife.
No, my wife cannot go there. Yeah, he will sanitize her. So I think Erico loves money, and there's nothing.
Who doesn't love money?
No, there is nothing. Okay, let me use this term. Erico is a Kikuyu Luo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. If we want to...
That's stereotyping, yes.
Stereotyping, which is not good actually. But we know Kikuyus are associated with the money. And there is nothing as bad in Kenya as a Luo who knows money. He can do anything to get that money. He doesn't care whom he will step on, but he will get that money.
Okay.
So to me, I think Erico is, how can we say that term? Is a person, not a womanizer, a mananizer. I don't know. Yeah, mananizer. Like he's really too much attracted into money to the extent he can sell even his wife. I'm very sure he can sell his wife. Yeah, that's it, an opportunist. Whenever he sees an opportunity, because I'm very sure in this wedding, even let's assume that it's true, the wedding is going to happen and it has 12 million. Manucho being the main man, he's seeing around 3 to 4 million, which he will pocket. Okay. So he doesn't care whether you are going to fight with your wife, who was cheating or she was doing what.
Wouldn't you do the same?
Yeah?
Wouldn't you do the same?
Of course I will do the same. Yeah, I will just look for the money and then women will come later.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Pesh.
Just to add a few things about Rico. Yeah. Could be that he's lying, but there are some areas where he's saying the truth. Because there's a place where he was dismissing like MARTO was saying that the wedding is going to stop. But he asked MARTO as it is going to stop. What are you? Yeah.
You're not even in the committee.
You are not even in the committee. Then MARTO is alleging that is the best man. The best man, and when the person who is in charge, the man you are his best man, has blocked you. So you see here, can tell us that MARTO also is lying in this area. Eric is saying the truth because Eric is in the committee.
Okay, we'll come to MARTO.
Yeah, we'll come to MARTO. But what I'm saying that is that there are areas where Eric is saying the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are areas where I think.
But it's not consistent.
It's not consistent.
Yeah.
There are things which is deliberately, deciding to conceal, whereas he is revealing some truth.
Of which Eric
in his interviews, does not talk about the relationship of Martin and Pesh, the relationship of Manucho. He is focused on the wedding. And he does not want to tell us the truth about the house. He's hiding it. He doesn't want to say who organized the party, for what reason. He's hiding it. Did he say, is he the one who spoke about the wife? He lied. He lied about Kwamboka. Brings a cousin, says Kwamboka was a girlfriend whom he does not even have a number. If you had a girlfriend, you lived with this person as your wife, and you don't have her number, or you forgot it. I don't know.
At that part, I will agree with you. When you bring Kwamboka into the picture, I'll just remember a quote, a phrase in a book called A Man of the People, that Chinua Achebe asked. That if an alligator comes out of water and tells you that crocodile is sick, would you deny it?
No, I won't.
Yeah,
because they look the same. They look the same.
Yeah. So, if Kwamboka says that the reason for their breakout because of a liar, I would agree.
He goes ahead, brings a cousin, lying, brings a church elder, a liar. You see, every aspect of Eric is a liar. So we cannot say that there is anywhere he tells us.
Maybe the right character that we
can you tell me one thing
is a crafty or a cunning guy?
But no, he's a very big liar. Tell me one thing he has said the truth.
No, most of these things are
that the wedding has to go on.
Yeah,
which is not a lie. Which is not a lie because the wedding hasn't gone on.
Hasn't gone on.
Yeah.
You see, he tells you the house does not belong to him.
Yeah.
We are not sure about it. But there are things we have established the truth. So once we establish the truth, we can reverse it and say probably, if you did not say this as the truth, this is not the truth. Is that the other one being the truth?
How can we believe?
How can we believe that one? So everything now Eric says in his testimonies are lies.
True.
That's a culprit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. To add a few, we can say that Eric is also manipulative, because that was the fear that the Tinder girl was afraid that you had the capability of manipulating G's to tell us where in an event that she is called for an interview, should not tell us the truth.
Yeah, including coaching.
So
and that character is reinforced by his habit of putting money on everything.
Okay, our talk time is almost getting done.
Yeah, putting money on everything. Like,
let's move on.
He said if somebody comes and says that I have a younger boy, I'll give 5,000. So that means he uses money to control people.
Okay, so that is also authoritative, because we could see that this is a character that MARTO was even afraid of him. Like, there are things that Big Man Stevo had to call MARTO separately to reveal, because there are some truth. Yeah,
guys, let's move on.
Yeah.
Akisi lady. Of course, if you forget to say that she's so beautiful and really knock you out, she's very beautiful, happy, all that. The anticipated, is it doom or pride? I don't know, whatever. And all what circumvented around the story concerning her being one of the main characters. How can you describe her?
Okay, Kwamboka, it is not strange. Pesh, it is not strange that Akisi lady is terrorizing our views. Yeah, they have emerged. We have had Kwamboka. Yeah, well, we have had Kwamboka along Outer Ring Road, Chips Mwitu. Yeah. Okay, we have had other ladies with big backs like Omanga in politics, and she can't hide it. So when we talk about Pesh, is somebody who nobody could resist, because they had seen her in her late teens, when she was like 17.
Yeah, in fact, MARTO put it that the first time Enrico saw Pesh, he was like, that lady.
Yes. So I can see that this is a girl who has a future because we can see like how she entered into modeling. She's a fashionist. Dealing with clothes. But that is.
But initially she was acting.
So we can also see that she's ambitious because she wants to become maybe a bigger thing. Okay, or we can also categorize under socialites, right? Yeah.
She denies she's not a socialite.
Yeah.
You see, a socialite, by definition, is a lady who does escorts for these big guys. So probably we might not even know that character.
Okay, and having she's into the social media, that much because so we have a channel, like we can even prove other things through her own channel. So we can see that if we look at the things that she combines together, can tell you that she's that ambitious girl that has got a future. So
do you think she's innocent in all these things?
I don't think so. I don't think so because she's operating within very narrow spaces. Like now, look, we can easily allege that she has slept with.
Dr. Oti, now, Mato is one of the characters that has also contributed to all this hulabaloo happening, and you've heard him giving out his interviews. How can you describe him?
Okay, Mato seems to be somebody who is outgoing because all the main male characters in this thing, we find that he's really close to them. Look at Eric. Eric hosted him. They knew each other like 12 years ago. They are still around each other, even though this thing is bringing a little friction, but they are still together. Look at Manucho. He considers himself as the best man to Manucho. Look at Bryo. Bryo, for that story of that girl called Pam, is saying that for the sake of Bryo, let this story slide. So you can just look at this guy. Is very much friendly. I mean, more so to the guys. And another thing that I can say about
their girlfriends.
And there.
Do you think what happened between him and Pesh, if it ever happened,
yes,
it was a mistake?
Yeah, it was a mistake. And I think he's feeling guilty. I like him because of that. He's feeling guilty. He thinks that because he was going to be like now, look, one reason why he wants to stop the wedding is going to be a best man for a wedding of a lady whose character with him is somehow questionable. So this is making her to become straightforward.
He's talking about, of course, the issue what happened, and he's also Manucho. At a certain point, he describes Martin as more of a friend, like a brother. But Big Man Stevo has been really suspecting or not believing in much of his interviews with Martin, not believing Martin's story, but analyzing everything, and you come to realize Mato is the one who's likely to be telling almost the whole truth than all these others. How do you see that?
Okay. From the look, I can see the willingness of Mato to tell the truth, but because we do not have good profile about Mato, about his financial muscles, we do not know what he's doing apart from going to gym. So it seems like he's scared, like the people who are funding him. I had Prof accusing him of being stingy, but I think that money is what is not there. So he's scared of he's scared of spilling the beans for this guy called Erico, because maybe Erico is the one who is sustaining him. And the other guy also, the Ghanaian, who could just fly to Ghana without giving any notice. So it means that this guy has got some money, like waking up and flying to Ghana. Yeah. So I think he's kind of scared of. He wants to tell the truth, but is afraid of the repercussion of the truth that he's going to say.
Having mistakenly slept with Pesh, allegedly, and of course we can blame it on alcohol, and to some extent he also admitted to have spent the night with Pam, and the other ones that we don't know, whom he hasn't said, because he has a lot of truth which he decided to pull out instead of spilling the beans. Could you also think that he's a sniper?
He could be a sniper because in this night, if you follow the interview that they had in the presence of the Big Man Stevo, the girl called Pam, whom he alleged that they had a night. Later on, he says that we had a night chatting. Yeah. So you see, this guy is also not like, when we say that we had a night with a lady, what comes out is that you made love, something like that. But after a lot of questioning, he said that they had a night chatting. I mean, having some conversation, like which that lady again dismissed. But because of something that the respect that he has for Brian, he says that the story should be let to slide. Yeah. So we don't know whether he's saying the truth, but I see that this guy is cornered money-wise. Because when you look at Erico, we are just talking about Chip. But Erico, the thing that is being mentioned when you look at those videos, the CCTV guy.
Is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that the cuddling issue is a scapegoat? Because you started by admitting maybe there was no cuddling, there was no, in as much as they blacked out, maybe there was no cuddling, there was nobody who was naked. It's just a story that was brought out to just ensure that maybe the wedding doesn't go on. I'm just saying. Why I'm saying that is because you started by saying that the party started very late, so it was just few hours, like 3 or 4.
Yes.
Martin, in the same night, the few hours, is claiming to have spent the night with Pam, and at the same time was found cuddling with Pam with Pesh. How can you demystify that?
Okay, what I like the character of Martin with this, that this guy doesn't dismiss things. When something happens, he admits them. Like now the case of cuddling, he said that okay, it happened, but he's saying that nothing happened, which of course can be true, because this guy was not too foolish to do something in the sitting room. You know, sitting room is the point of entry, and the point of entry, and you could not know the time that guy who was sober could emerge from the bedroom. You know, if this guy was in a bedroom, he could do anything. He was free to do anything. But now that he was in a sitting room, I think he was, unless the
that is the question I asked. Do you think it was a sex party? Because how comfortable can you have sex in a person's
unless
house?
it was a party? Okay, if it was any random girl, it was possible. But now to the girl who is a fiance to his best friend, I don't think this thing was true. So who brought this story of finding them together? The former wife of Erico. That is Kwamboka. So maybe Kwamboka was out to scuttle the gains that Eric was intending to make. So I can easily dismiss the fact that, the accusation that he slept with Pesh, because sitting room and the husband to be of Pesh is in the same house, and you know that is sober, and you know sitting room you don't have to knock, you enter at will, and the people who are keeping the guy busy had already left, So I think I can demystify this, that the sex thing happened, maybe for Pam it could have happened because people were busy, but for Pesh, and the period was really short.
Very short.
That is from 5.
Pesh, a very beautiful lady, so curvy, black, irresistible. She's very intelligent, knowledgeable. If you had her talking, you know someone is smart by the way they talk. Very educated, ambitious. Do you think she's innocent in all this story?
Okay, I know most fans are going to throw stones at me.
By the virtue that?
Yeah, by the virtue that I'm going to say that this lady was totally innocent.
Okay. She was framed.
She was framed.
Okay.
And the main framers are Martin, Manucho, and Erico. They have a target.
I think Erico is out of the picture.
No, Erico is not out because the main reason why they are framing her is the money for the wedding.
Okay.
Now, I'm sorry also to insinuate that Big Man Stevo was privy to the whole story.
No, that one I can.
Wait. Okay. I'm just giving my analysis.
Okay.
Reason being, the way Manucho moves around with girls, it is very uncharacteristic that he was not caught because he's a party animal, so automatically likes flirting, and there is those other stuff you've heard from Tinder girl. So it will be a coincidence that Manucho is not found guilty, okay? But Pesh is found guilty, meaning the guy was prived of what exactly could have happened, okay? Such that the Big Man Stevo, I'm accusing him because after going through the phone of Manucho and getting nothing, he went to the phone of the lady, searched those love things, searched everything, found nothing, until he said mistake. A mistake is not something common in most people don't like talking about mistake. Okay. Now the other further reason why I also said Big Man Stevo and the other characters they were into that game is the idea that after the story broke, it could have been easy to bring Martin and say, Martin says we were at a party without explaining other characters. Okay? We were at the party, this happened between me and so and so. And Martin does not say that Manucho was with girls in the interview of Martin. I've not heard him say Manucho was with the other girls. It is Tinder girl, this Tinder girl who is coming to spill there. So you find that the main characters who are involved in this game, they are not saying anything to do with what Manucho was doing with other girls inside the room. Okay? So they focus on what Martin was doing with Pesh. Okay? So trying to show that Pesh is the one breaking this wedding. It's not Manucho. Okay? Because they could have, if they were neutral, Martin could have said, okay, we were with Manucho, but we were with Pesh, but Manucho was with another girl somewhere. Doing the same. Secondly, Pesh was made, if they had sex and she was aware of it, she felt the guiltiness and she was like, let it slide. But there is a possibility that cuddling was set up such that these other people who are brought, because we asked ourselves, why was the party set?
Do you also think that Pesh possibly had a thing for Martin?
Okay, she was under influence of drugs. She might not have been having a thing for Martin. They could have continued. Because if a girl has a thing for you, you will be like, that day I chilled you. So can we do it again? She will be like, okay, let us do it, but Martin should not. No. But out of the messages they were texting each other, it's like Martin was asking for, we did it.
A recap.
A recap. Why can't we continue? And the lady was insisting, let us not talk about that thing. It was a mistake.
But I think Martin was advocating for telling Manucho that this is what happened. Let's just be honest about this thing.
That's why I told you earlier in the show. The motive Martin had was not good. Okay? So, and that confirms that this was a setup, because you cannot go and tell a man, I cannot go tell Dr. Oti that the lady you're going to marry, I slept with her. Okay? And we are not still dating. It's something that happened under the influence of alcohol.
Maybe it was still haunting.
Okay? No, there's nothing like haunting if you do not do something intentionally.
No, but I did it anyway.
Okay? So and now, probably, the truth that Martin wants to come out. No, to me, Martin's motive and this character, the Nucho and the Eric, their motive is that wedding not to go on. That's what.
So that how will they benefit with that?
That money. Their focus is on that money.
But I think for you to benefit with the money is for the wedding to move on.
No.
So that now
you can.
So that now if it's budget, now you fluctuate figures so that you get.
I told you there is two possibilities. You can get money through inflating budgets, and you can get money because once people have contributed in a wedding, we had one in a church, when we were youth. Money was contributed into a certain account.
Yes.
And then when the wedding broke, were you told where the money went?
No.
That explanation is never there. The wedding did not go through, and you are not refunded your money that you contributed in that wedding. Okay? So now they had to find a reason why that wedding should not go through and blame it on Pesh. So once Pesh has been blamed, the guy disappears and he knows who is the signatories, because this is speculation. But I believe Manucho and Erico, there are two signatories into that account, and there must maybe a third, or maybe the two of them are the only ones who are signatories. Wow. So to me, Pesh, you are
very innocent.
She's innocent from the messages and from what she has come out to say.
I'm trying to
and from the witnesses.
I don't want to end up having Pesh as the saint here. Not in a bad way. I'm just trying to be investigative and all that. Speculative. Because first of all, we realize that again, out of the interview, that there is a possibility that Pesh had something with Eric, had something with Martin, and then now has something with Manucho. And all this time, all these three dudes don't know about that, or maybe a few know, but others doesn't know. Like if Eric knows that maybe has had something with Pesh, but they had never told Manucho. Same with Martin and Pesh. Do you think she's also a hypocrite in that case, in that manner?
I don't refer to it as hypocrisy. There's a possibility of whatever you're saying. But women, even us men, we want psychologically to believe that the women we live with, they have not even slept with the men
before. They are virgins.
Yeah, they are virgins. So we tend to believe that. It is even worse when you come to realize that the woman you have married was a girlfriend to the two guys who are your best friends. So why I'm saying that, Martin got with the girl when she was a kid. Finishing Form 4, any guy can go with you. Then later you realize, no, this is not my type. Maybe they decided, let us keep it at distance. Okay? Then came in MARTO. According to the whole story, Martin, now I'm analyzing it from the perspective of on what the message. I'm using just the message, not much. When a girl tells you it was a mistake, it means it's not a long-term relationship. Okay, it's something you had and she realized you slept, because you can come, give a girl alcohol, she drinks, she gets drunk, you sleep. In the morning, she realizes the two of you had sex. You messed up. So this girl, you might call her later to come so that you continue, and she will tell you, no, I'm not coming. And you're like, that day we had it. No, that was a mistake. Okay? So that word mistake tells me if this girl had something with Martin, it was one time. Okay? If they had something with Erico, it was something which she did not maybe know that Eriko is married to Kwamboka. And then later realized this guy is married and was like, let me give them a distance. And then now comes in Manucho, who secretly seduces her and introduces her to these friends. So if a girl sleeps with a Dr. Oti, and then I don't know, I seduce her, we decide to marry, she will never say that she slept with. Okay. She would like that to be a secret because she knows once she says that thing is off.
So according to you, Pesh was
totally framed. Yeah, I agree with Tinder. That the Tinder says the real devil there is Manucho, and I agree with that.
And for me, here is where we can bring MARTO, not MARTO, Eric out of it. Eric couldn't have framed her because Eric, anytime we speak, you find that the wedding is going to go on. Yeah. So Eric was so determined about the wedding. So if anybody was keen to frame her, I think maybe Manucho
himself,
together with the ex of Eric, that is Kwamboka, because Kwamboka is the one who reported that they found them naked. Which, of course, here is where I'm agreeing with the Monty, with the, I mean, this guy is called Eric. Like, if you got them, I mean, naked, who dressed them? Yeah, and you know, this guy also was drunk. I mean, MARTO. Yeah. So MARTO could not do the right thing by, dressing the girl. Yeah.
Another question, of which exonerates Pesh.
Yes.
Pesh never wanted these stories to appear too much stories.
Yeah.
But whenever you find somebody coming with what we call movable targets, those are criminals. Criminals will always have a movable target. They will not like the brain to lie entirely on them. They will bring another character. By the time you are investigating the character, they bring another one. Who is doing all this work? That role is assigned to Martin. He keeps on bringing this character, Pam, girl. Well, you know, he's bringing people who are not even involved in that wedding. Okay? And the setup itself.
I think reasons why Martin is bringing people is because entirely he's not being believed. Actually, in one of the interviews, even tells Stevo when they were being interviewed with Pam that before this you've never believed anything.
The question I'm asking our host,
I think so. The reason why he's bringing out other people is because he just wants to bring more evidence.
I think the interviewer is also not is very partial. Like the side of anything, like who would believe you?
Of which now I'm saying probably the interviewer is also part of the cartel.
No, that one.
Because if it's part, they are saying this guy Martin is lying. That's what he's saying. You're lying. And Martin, what is he not being believed? That he was cuddling with Pesh, or what was it?
No, Martin asked the truth, but the way he's releasing them, revealing them, is so slow. Like the location of the place. I believe that this guy knows Kasarani. He has been knowing
and also reasons why let me finish. Reasons why he also not being believed is because Martin, I think according to me, Martin is very sharp. He knows a lot, but he doesn't want to expose. So the other one take the leverage of he's not speaking the truth and hit it on him. And that is where he decides to withdraw from the show and says that, I know a lot, but I won't say it anyway. So he's being termed as being.
Let me ask you, our host. There's something you are not agreeing with me.
Yes.
My question is very simple. What is the problem between Martin, Manucho, and Pesh? It is that there is a mistake that happened between Martin
and Pesh.
And that mistake is probably these two people had sex. Okay? Let us not go far. Probably these two people had sex. So the only thing that is required here is Martin to tell us whether he had sex with the Pesh or not. Okay? And these guys are not telling us that. Martin is not saying, yes, I had sex. Pesh is not saying,
Yes, I had sex. Okay, that's what we need to answer.
Okay, it is
these other characters, the house, party, what? Those are things that
we are learning that out
Uh-huh.
of the text of the mistakes that happened.
Yeah.
That is where we are learning that nothing happened.
Okay. What we are learning here, because we also realize that this guy Martin, also this guy is a very crafty guy because you find him. He's here. He has got many phone numbers. And what is sinister about Pesh, the reason why I cannot vindicate her out of all these things is because the reason why she decided to save the number of this guy as gunman. Yeah. And we knew that they know each other really well.
The character of Fish, I've explained the reason why she was trying that thing really to be under the water, to suppress it, is because, she doesn't say, according to Fish, she's too honest. When she was questioned, did something happen? She said yes, but I'm not going to explain what happened. Okay? So she's accepting from the message and from the interview. Something happened between her and MARTO. Okay? But her, what she's agreeing is it was a mistake. Yes, it happened, but it was a mistake. There she's honest. Okay?
Up to that point.
But Martin...
But where she's being dishonest is whereby until she was sanitized, she had decided to keep it for herself. Of course, because of the advantage of the fact that if she had exposed,
the thing could have gone to, it could have not happened.
I agree with you.
And that's now, it's not lying, it is wisdom.
One of my favorite characters in all these stories is Tinder Girl. And before she was brought into the story, she had been sanitized a few days, and it was realized that she was flirting with a gentleman by the name going by the name Moses, sending each other's photos and all that. And then Big Man Stevo eventually came to realize that this Moses is actually MARTO on this other story, and that is where now Tinder Girl came in, and of course she had her own truth. She brought in the issue of G in the picture, and now we know that Manucho ended up staying with G together with Tinder Girl in a separate bedroom. How can you describe Tinder Girl? Do you think she's also a liar?
She's a liar.
Okay.
Because we are told of that they have connected through Tinder, and also we are realizing that they are still using the same gym.
Yes.
So there's no coincidence that they met at the party.
Right.
Yeah. There's no coincidence. If we look at things, this is a lady that is very close to MARTO, and I can see that maybe they are even dating. Because if you look at the kind of tattoo they have, they had it on the same day. If you hear their view about the wedding, they all want to storm the wedding. So these are the people who have got the same attitude about this thing happening. About the wedding situation. And I refuse to say that like these people, like their meeting was coincident. It was not. It was not. These people had met at the gym, and in fact, the Tinder girl, saying that at the gyms she had just had like how many sessions? Like 6.
She was relatively very new.
Very new, but that doesn't make it that they just met at the party. No, it was not at the party.
Do you think possibly she had something with she had a crush on Manucho?
That one I believe, and that is the reason why they are the protagonists. They are the people who are pushing for
the wedding
to stop. Or they feel that they are being alienated. They are being, isolated from the money bracket. They believe that these people are going to get a big money, then they are going to squander it. So they are out to stop the wedding so that this money thing stops. So this girl, I think this girl, she needs to be like, she's not for Pesh, and she's not for her own friend, G's. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
She's just for herself.
For herself. Yeah? Like, I think Manucho was not very clear about this party. Like, this party, I'm throwing this party for this person.
Okay.
And your role in this party is like, are you my girlfriend? Yeah? Like, she never knew a lot of things. And you see, there's a place where she's regretting that. Why didn't Manucho tell me this? Yeah.
I think I tend to disagree a little bit with you, Dr. Ali.
Yes.
I think Tinder, your favorite girl, is the only girl telling the truth in that and Pesh. Why? Tinder is a friend to Manucho, and it was not the first time they were meeting with Manucho.
Yeah.
They were going from party to party. And she knew the motive of Manucho because she says he's Manucho's interest in Jigal. So that means after her being invited, she knew whom she should bring to the party. But I think Tinder girl and Martin share a common role in this whole web. They are spanner girl and a spanner boy. They are being used to do errands, to get a cut. Okay, they get their money and they do errands. So that's why I'm saying this girl, her bitterness is like there is a possibility she was not paid, or she has heard that now she even knows that the wedding has 12 million
and she's paid less,
and she has not even contributed anyway in that thing. So another thing which makes me think this girl knows better, you see, if you want to marry a girl, you will give her a staged audience. Show her you are not a drunk guy, you are not this type of sleeping with women, you don't like parties, so that you know that I think Fesh is an SDA, so you have to show an SDA those characters for you to win them. Okay. But on the other hand, a person who knows truly who you are is the person now you write around doing parties and funny things. So Tinder girl knows Manucho, and from what she says, you guys don't know Manucho. What you are knowing about Manucho is what he has shown you. But her, she goes with Manucho from party to party. She knows the real character of the man. Yeah, I think she's the one saying the truth.
Let's talk about Manucho now that you're saying that Tinder girl knows him and all that. He's the man to be, was the man to be the one housing. And eventually during the loyalty test, he comes out clean. And according to me, he's a very smart guy who covers his traces. If he's flirting with a girl, he will immediately delete. And that is why he wasn't caught. And I think also a man of few words, but knows how to shoot his shot. That is why, in as much as Erico and Martin eyed for Fesh, is the one who ended up being with her. But all these things happening, and him organizing the party, one of the person organizing the party, and you've listened to him trying to cry. He was even crying in one of the interviews, because he couldn't really comprehend why Martin and Fesh could do that thing, behind his back. How can you describe him?
Manucho, as I described him earlier, is a snake. And if I was a girl,
It's not like a viper.
Yeah, it's a viper.
Cobra.
I cannot marry such. I cannot marry such a guy. He has very many things to his advantage. He has a height. He has a six-pack.
Yeah.
Which
like a model.
Yeah, which makes most girls get attracted to him, and he is using those characteristics to his advantage. And so why I'm saying he's a snake, he is living a lie. He lies to Fesh, I don't like parties, where he is going parties from party after party. He is like, I don't like social media. probably he has secret social media accounts because like this Tinder girl, I think they met even in those social media things.
Okay.
And one thing I know, Martin and Eric, they know clearly who Manucho is, and they are really party to his.
They are partners in crime.
They are partners in crime, and Manucho is manipulative. We can say it's a sanguine. He's very manipulative. Like he hides his character behind his face. Like he's this gentleman who is good. Who knew that he was such as a gentleman who does not even have a love message in a phone, can have other girls without even saying, has even the guts of bringing the girl he is eyeing into a party where his wife to be, a fiancé is. This is a person who can kill you silently. Okay? So I cannot support this guy. This guy is the real cause of all this saga.
Okay.
And I think this is the guy we should be castigating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with the tender.
You have something to add?
Okay, I can add that this guy is serving as a suspicious character. This guy is the guy that doesn't want the girlfriend to get into alcohol, things like that. Then organizes a party with that alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, this girl has been like, okay, I've heard you put SDA. Oh, I'm also a member of SDA. Okay. Yeah.
You should have brought Sawyer in the party.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is a lady who has been like has lived without alcohol for the past 26 years. Yeah. Then he ended up inducing her to that alcohol. So there's a place where the two, like you are saying that partners of crime, Martin and Eric. Maybe they are partners of crime who are not agreeing. Yeah, because they don't agree. At some point, someone let it go on. Another person, I'm not boarding. Yeah. So, what I think, like this guy is like he's a snake. Like is bringing people into conflict. 3 people. Like now the Pesh is here, Eric is here, and Martin is here without knowing. Yeah. So it's a guy that people need to avoid because it's not leaving footprint. You cannot trace him. Yeah. You cannot see. Like now he's bringing ladies into this thing. Yeah. So this is a guy that as much as he's having is likable, like there are a lot of things that people can like from him.
And also, come to think of it, because now he flew to Ghana, and they were in a very serious relationship with Pesh, which I tend to believe they must have at a certain point introduced each other's family to each other. Now he's gone back to Germany, to Ghana, switched the phone, and apparently I may be true to say that Pesh doesn't have any contacts for any other relative, including maybe the parents. That is why they are not even able to reach him.
Leave alone that Pesh has not.
I don't know.
There is no indication that Pesh has gone to Ghana.
No.
There is no indication. So going to your girlfriends, introduce yourself, and they don't know where you come from. That's not a relationship, okay? The only thing that has been mentioned is that the guy has gone for introduction to Pesh's place. Okay? He did not go with the relatives. Probably he went with these two Wakoras, the Martin and the Erico. So there is nowhere where the parents of this guy has mentioned. I told you this snake guy, nobody knows what business he does here in Kenya. This guy tends to have a political connection from his country, okay? Such that some politician randomly can send half a million Kenyan shillings to as a contribution to your wedding. It means you are well connected. So there is a lot of and if you find somebody hiding a lot of stuff, you are not even the house, the Rico's house. They have hidden. It is Erico, it is Martin's, it is who knows, it's Manucho. You don't know exactly where what that happens. And
Okay, talking about identity,
realistically,
before you proceed, talking about identity, we realize that where this guy Manucho comes from, we realize that one of his parents are actually a Kenyan. So at this point, until the wedding was very close to taking place, we might think that we might assume that one parent is at least known. One parent. I think the mother is the one who is a Kenyan.
No, my point was that you see, you
Yeah.
have relatives in Ghana.
Yes.
And at a certain point, you need to tell your fiancé,
Yes.
if I go to Ghana
Yes.
and I'm not reachable by the phone, you can call my uncle, you can call my grandmother, so that at this moment, now that he's switched off his phone, for the purpose of knowing that he's good in as much as he needs his time,
Yes.
the fiancé can just call maybe the grandmother, and the grandmother can tell him, can tell her that, Manucho is okay, just that he wants his time alone. But he's left everyone in suspense. Nobody knows what's happening. He's not reachable. The account has been suspended and everything. So, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen next.
So yeah, it's true. So because the guy is a snake, you cannot predict a move a snake.
Okay, what happened, and a very beautiful relationship turned out ugly, and there are things that are unavoidable, and this is the situation. Pesh, wherever you are, you have to face this, with a very strong character. And of course, we from the sides, we are here, we can criticize you, we can criticize anyone. You guys are the ones who know what exactly happened, and you're the ones who can go back to the drawing board and rectify your mistakes. But especially for Manucho and Pesh, because they are the people who have been directly affected here, what advice can you guys have for them, starting with you?
Okay, so this issue, in case everything is true, this could be a big love triangle. In fact, in other show I had mentioned that this is a rhombus. This one is bigger than a triangle. Yeah. It's other shape, those pentagon like yeah. So I think ladies who are trying to get into, who are engaged, should carry themselves with some decency. Like there are things that you need to avoid, like things to do with the party, unless it is your engagement party, where you are passing your ring, and and things having limits, like where alcohol is mentioned, you need to avoid.
Okay.
So, and then you need to know that not everyone who is around you is your friend.
Okay.
There are others who can be used to actually frame you.
Okay.
So, and this thing, when it happens, it doesn't only affect one person. Like here, we realize that nearly three affairs, relationship were broken. We can start with the one, all are in ICU. Like the one we can talk about, actually, we have got the Tinder girl, was even thrown out. In fact, she was lucky that the Christmas came soon, so she could go back home and re-strategize and come back and find where to live. And you find that another one is about Eric and Kwamboka, and then the one that is in limbo is the one that is featuring. And actually
Bryo and Pam are not together.
Bryo, actually they came together when after this thing. So the person who is in a lot of problems is this guy called MARTO. MARTO is saying that his girlfriend is a fan of this show. It's a fan of Comrade Flavor. So of course she has already seen this thing. So this thing is going to send a lot of relationship into deathbed. So I think there's a decency. Like even if you have a friend, there's a limit that you should carry yourself in before they can spoil a good thing.
What advice would you have for Pesh especially?
Pesh should stop going for this guy. Let that money go. She still has more than 50 years to live, and you cannot live with a snake in the house. It has started wrong. The snake, all Manucho said this. He can forgive, but he cannot forget.
Okay.
So every time they will have an argument in that house, it will be like, you slept with my best friend. Manucho will have a free ticket of sleeping with other women by the virtue that you slept, referring to that incident. So this marriage will be tormenting.
Okay.
So I can advise Fesh that let her not look into one-time thing and think that it's the best, because a wedding only takes one day, but marriage takes the rest of your life. So she should just shift from Kasarani, go to a different estate, start her life afresh.
Cut off people?
Cut off that web, that whole web should be
so-called friends.
the so-called the Martins and the whatever. Should start having new kinds of friends.
But the brother also is inside. In fact, the brother is the one. Can you cut off your family member?
No, you cannot cut your family member. Was the brother in the party?
Actually, no, it was not at the party. But that chain is including.
I'm talking about those people in the party and the so-called friends. The brother, the only role the brother played was introducing her sister to the show, to the gym, not to rough triangles. No. So these rough triangles come in. You cannot cut your brother. So I think she should cut off those people, because whatever begins wrong will end up wrong. There's no way that you will come to change it. Never. That's a lie.
And better a broken relationship
than a broken marriage. Yeah.
And at the end of it, she'll need some counselor. Yeah, because this thing is going. The wedding was so close.
Yeah, she will need some counseling. She will need some counseling, but she has learned. But as the Bible says, nothing just happens. So probably God wanted this to happen, and he had a reason as to why. Probably she could have faced something worse than whatever that has happened now. So she should keep up the relationship and start her new life. Let her not beg.
Do you think Manucho should come back to Kenya, or just?
No, Manucho should stay in Ghana.
But this all money, in fact, part of it was contributed by his connection in Ghana. Should he come for his money and go?
No, he has his money. If he has the authority of locking that account, he has his money.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can contribute much when you know that all money is going to come back.
Yeah.
I will contribute even 100,000 because I know that money will come back to me again. So
so let them compensate Rico, and then
Rico
compensate for him.
Yeah, Rico asked for 20,000.
No, he should not be compensated. This is the cause of everything. In fact, he's the coordinator of all these things. Without him, Pesh could have not been known by these Manuchos.
What bad thing that Rico did that you think she could have done right?
Okay.
This relationship and everything.
Okay, definitely. I don't. Rico, I see is manipulative, but I'm seeing that in this thing, he was the only person who was for this wedding. Yeah. Maybe for the right reason or for the wrong reason or for the reasons that are selfish. Yeah. So I don't see where Eriko is wrong, but where is wrong? The main place where is wrong, in case Pesh was found naked with the MARTO
and they covered
and is covering it up just because of money, then that is the place where it's wrong. Yeah.
And to me, I think it's right.
Yeah.
Not because of money.
Yeah.
You should do everything to keep a relationship.
Yeah.
Don't be a reason why.
As much as you know that you're offended with a snake.
Yeah. You just let them where they met you are not there.
No, but it's a snake, and how are you allowing your friend to go with a snake?
No, Rico is not a friend to Pesh.
Yeah.
No. Like they were friends, and there are some things you don't.
No, as a chairman of the wedding committee, yeah,
I cannot stop it.
Yeah,
let it go on. I agree with Rico on that. Let it go on, but now from a personal point of view, Fesh should be the one to stop on Manucho because they are the ones who are going to leave.
Mimi nikishapata milioni zangu 2 nimeenda. Nyinyi mtasortiana na your lifestyle of cheating and blah blah. It's your own thing. I was not there. Okay.
For me,
okay, how sure are you that Manucho is going to get some money out of it if this money is sent to Enrico? I mean, how sure are you that Enrico is going to get? Yeah, like we are putting
speculating, but
yeah.
Enrico,
Yeah.
Martin,
Yeah.
and Manucho,
Yeah.
these are brothers.
Yeah.
Not biological brothers, but
Yeah.
brothers in crime.
Yeah.
When you find that people calling each other brother, there's something that brings them together. You see that?
Yeah.
And in this case, it doesn't seem to be something good. It's some fishy things. You know, he's known as a CCTV guy.
Yeah.
Okay? He has a gym.
I wish he had some CCTV and produce.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things hidden there. So I think Fish should keep off those men.
Yeah, I won't talk about the two Kwambokas because they played their small
and
role.
They are no longer in those
They are no
relationships.
longer in those relationships.
Yes.
But for me, I think Macho and Tinder Girl are immature.
Those are kids.
They can easily be manipulated, and you know they are lifeless. You know, they survive on friends, you know, living with friends.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, they really need to...
Enrico being mature,
no, they cannot even assess, 40. Yeah, they cannot even assess danger, like the danger of what they are doing. People like, I mean, the Tinder Girl and the MARTO, yeah, because they don't see that what they are trying to stop can even have some risk on their life. Yeah,
they really need to grow.
Yeah,
of course, maybe being that they're immature, that is why it's contributing to them, you know, handling the situation the way it is.
And this gym should be investigated because Pam, okay, to Fish going to the gym, you can understand the body, but Pam and the Tinder Girl, what are you going to do?
They are keeping fit.
They are keeping fit.
They are keeping fit.
I think for me, you can.
They are too slim.
What are you investigating there? You know, if a client comes and she's already slim and she wants to continue slimming, who knows? Maybe she's been working out to maintain her body. Shape.
Yeah, maybe they just changed the gym. They were going to the gym.
Change the gym.
Yeah. So maybe the thing that the characters that we need to bring into the picture is the Harrier, Mama Harrier, or the Harrier to whatever. Yeah. So that I think it can add something we can know, because it could be that this guy is approaching his 40s.
Yeah, he's approaching
and we don't see the family with the kids. Yeah, because Kwamboka is like their affairs not even started long ago. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah.
But who wouldn't want a Mama Harrier? If you're being facilitated, what's your problem? I mean,
no, this Enrico is. I have a problem with him. At his age, he's supposed to have advised the Manuchos and the kids who are playing around, but he's the one being implicated in. He wants the wedding to go on.
Yeah.
He wants this and that. And what about his family? He doesn't talk anything about his family. Okay. This is another.
Of course,
it's a python.
He brought for us one member of his family as Kwamboka.
At least we know he has a cousin.
Yes.
So, guys, that's what we have for this show. We've tried our best to analyze the proceedings of this interview, the interviews that were held, and you know, but of course, feel free to tell us where we've gone wrong. Let's hear your views in the story, because I've been following also the comments, and I've seen you guys trying to, you know, to label each characters. You know, Enrico a liar, I don't know who, a pretender, this other one a gangster. So also let's hear your views. And of course, we are not doing this out of bad will, and you know, we're trying, because that is why we're even trying to come up with suggestions. And today it may be Fesh and Manucho, tomorrow it may be me. So let's also continue hoping for the best. As you've heard, Fesh, you know, it's not the end of the life of your life. You know, even now, in as much as you may not end up with Manucho, life goes on. Maybe God has somebody even better in store for you than Manucho. And of course, again, what we are saying is that, you know, life is full of shit, but how you handle yourself and how you respect yourself and how you conduct yourself in front of the other, in such situation is what determines. And also try to assess your friends, know who are your real friends, because the people you laugh with, the people you chill, you drink with, may not be your real friends. So try to know exactly who are your real friends. So with being said, I don't know, do you have a parting shot, Dr. Ochi?
Oh, no what.
Okay, no what? Casper, you're good?
Not all that glitters is gold.
It's gold. That's an old cliche. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Okay.